Hi guys, my name is Umesh. Welcome to my channel, True Stories of Canada. I was taking my dog name is Alexis, for a walk. And it just struck me, why don't we talk about owning a dog or owning a pet in Canada? Isn't it? It's very interesting topic, so stay tuned. So yes, of course, owning a pet in Canada and at least anywhere in the world is a great thing. They are the best companion. They are your best friends. But yes, there is a other side when you own a pet, especially in Canada. Everything is costly nowadays. So you may have to think twice before you own a pet in Canada. Let me divide you this beautiful story and give you the complete guide before you make the right decision. So do you know? Do you know 58% of Canadians have pets? Close to 17 millions are dogs and cats. And Labrador retrievers are the most loved ones. I do have a golden retriever and she is close to 2 years now. And I love her. I love her a lot. Yeah, but yes, it costs a lot. It costs a lot. Trust me. So, before we go in details, let's decide how we're going to talk about it. So, there are two stages into this. Stage 1 is the one-time cost. Stage 2 is the recurring cost, right? So, what is this? So, what is this one-time cost and stage 1? Stage 1 one-time cost means you don't have a pet. So what you do, you go and get a pet, right? So once you get a pet, in one-time cost, you have to consider vaccinations. You may have to, or you opt to, you don't have to. You can choose to neuter it or spay it, right? And then once you get a pet, once vaccinations are completed, all the neutering or spaying is completed, the dog needs a crate. The crate training is very important, right? So you have to get the crate and it has to be bigger because depending on the dog size, it will cost differently. Now, you have the pet, you neutered him, your vaccinations are completed, you got the crate, but the behavioral training, like small kids, they go to school, they learn, dogs have to learn too. They need to behave. So the behavioral training is also important in the one-time cost. So how much is your total of one-time cost? The one-time cost goes from $3,000 to $5,000. It all depends on what kind of breed and what kind of breeder you are getting your pet from, right? That is important. And this number, 3,000 minimum to maximum of $5,000, I have considered best on my dog, who is a golden retriever, a large breed dog, right? So the one-time cost will go from $3,000 to $5,000, right? So moving on to the next stage, the stage 2, the recurring cost. Oh my God, everyone needs food. The first thing in the recurring cost would be the food, right? So the stage 1 was only for the first year, but the recurring cost would be the remaining it for the remaining year of your pet life. So the recurring cost annually, let's divide how many things are there in stage 2. So first thing is the food. The second thing is your vaccinations, if there are any, right? Then the toys. In toys, when I say toys, there are many things like ballistics, like yaks, the Himalayan yaks, the cheese bones. They are really expensive, right? And now, once they have the toys, once they have the vaccinations, the food, then they will need other stuffs, right? Like the insurance. You know that. You may not. Only 3% of Canadians have pet insurance. This number is going up every day, but you may have to consider this amount. And every month you have to take your pet for the grooming. So I take my dog for the grooming every month, and it cost me close to $12 because I wash her by myself. I don't give her too expensive groomer, which costs you close to $60 to $150. But I take my dog, they provide me the shampoo, conditioner, towels, water, blower, everything there. So I'm happy that way. So in stage 2, when we are talking about recurring cost, so the recurring cost is your food, the grooming, the vaccinations, the insurance. These are your recurring costs every month are coming at you. So the minimum of the stage 2 will go to $1,500 to $2,500 maximum, right? There is a there are two more things I want to explain in these two things. One thing is getting your dog checked from your vet. For example, Alexis just had ear infection, so I have to take her to the vet. The vet visit charge just to look my Alexis, the dog, is $80 before tax. And if he prescribes some medicines, that is another on top of it. So you may have to consider that also as an emergency money if you're not getting the insurance. I have not taken the insurance. And the last step, which I want to let you know, is about the dog daycare cost. It may cost you $50 to $120 per day. Huge cost, isn't it? I visited Qatar for 7 days and I had to keep my Alexis safe in a daycare. I spent $60 per day. Oh, it's huge amount. You may have to consider that and keep it aside for every year before you plan your vacation. Isn't it? That's a huge cost. So, until now, we have discussed stage 1, which is the one-time cost, close to $3,000 and maximum of $5,000. Recurring cost close to $1,500, maximum to $2,500, right? Vet charges close to $70, maximum $120 depending on the vet. Daycare cost minimum $50, maximum $120. So this is the cost you may have to think. Apart from that, you may have to consider the time. The Canadians are the most busiest ones. So you may have to consider that. You have to get up early, take her to the walk. And walks could be the longer, like 20 minutes walk minimum. In the day, during the day, they have to go for a pee and potty breaks. You have to take them. Before you go to the bed, you have to make sure they are relieved, right? So they don't wake you up in the middle of the night. So yeah, the time and the cost you may have to consider before you own a pet in Canada. That's all I can think of. You may want to add something which I have missed. Why don't you go there and say your comments? I'll see you there in the next video. Stay tuned and subscribe to True Stories of Canada. Thank you.